Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. We'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his second season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. On first down, Richardson looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. The numbers for Woods last week, 9 catches, 101 yards, and a score.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Richardson back to throw it. A short one there, caught by Granson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Titans ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Will Levis, the 25-year-old at quarterback, in his second season out of Kentucky.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 22 carries, 114 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 31. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to Spears. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4. As Spears with another carry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 50 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tony Pollard becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Nick Folk for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd down and 4. Now Richardson. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 29.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for this
touchdown. Jelani Woods, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have regained the lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart will carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. Now 2nd and 5. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. That finds the former Jaguar, Calvin Ridley. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Levis. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The one final shot before the half. Here's Levis. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now Folk for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Isaiah Pacheco, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head east to check out the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Mike Williams, a touchdown catch from Aaron Rodgers. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, it's Pollard. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Pollard. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
First and 10, Taylor now. Gets past one man, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Second down, Pollard again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 99 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. That one goes for 24 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Second and 7. Here's a give to Spears.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Right back to Spears. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And now a run to Spears.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's Spears on 2nd down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because
got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Titans have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. The short throw pulled in by Woods.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Back to Sermon on first down. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Now it's Richardson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll try and run. Sermon.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. and that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here, and if so, they've still got an opportunity. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Here's Pollard again.
They find some open field here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now a give here to Pollard.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he is going to have a Titans first down, and that should just about do it.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'll run. Here's Pollard.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Spears is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but he'll decide against bringing it out, so they'll take over at the 30. So Richardson and the Colts now
down by 11, 37 seconds to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10.
Richardson. That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is 1st and 10. Richardson to throw it. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Here's first down.
Buying time to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Titans,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York.